Hi, beautiful beings. Welcome to the True Essence YouTube channel. My name is Janine, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about my creative process and the creative process in general, because it's interesting how it evolves over the time and with our own personal processes we go through. And I wanted to talk to you about this, or I felt like sharing this with you because, I struggled a lot in the beginning with finding, I call it my flow, or my flow of how to start things, how to keep things going, and how to end things. And I know that we are all different and very special individuals in our own way, and that everyone has their own creative process or develops their own creative process and flow throughout time. But still, I felt like sharing a little bit about this, and maybe it inspires you, and maybe it gives you some nuggets you can use for your own flow and for your own creative process. So let's talk about how to manifest our dreams into reality, or what I like to call it, birth my bubbles of creation into existence. Because being an artist and being creative in any way, like, it doesn't matter if it's a book, or if it's a flyer, or a simple design, a logo, or a big piece of art on a wall. Everything started out as an image or a feeling, even inside of ourselves. And at some point, this desire or this creative impulse got so big that we felt like sharing it with the world, or even if no one sees it, but just to bring it out and birth it into 3D reality is like one of the most powerful things that a human can do and experience in the material form. This is how I feel about it. And I already talked about AI in a previous video, but it was a German video, and everyone is talking about AI. But just a quick share about this. I truly believe with everything in me that we are all creators, and we are here to create and birth things into existence, no matter if we are a male or female, or non-binary, or whatever you want to call yourself. We are all here to birth our bubbles of creation into existence. And this is why this experience is so magical, because we can create with our human form. It doesn't matter if we use our hands, or we use our mind as a tool, but we shape things and we bring them into the material realm. And in this way, we shape this world into what it is supposed to be. So the creative process in itself is a very, very special process to go through. And I come out of a very artistic family. Like, my mother is an artist, as some of you might know. Very, very creative, I grew up with her painting for hours and just watching her paint and painting over a picture for endless time. And I was always like, oh my gosh, when will you end this? And she was like, I don't know, maybe never. And I was like, okay, you do you. Yeah, I do celebrate her very much and everything she does. You know, she's so cool and creative and powerful. And I will link her art shop in the description box below so you can check out her art, because yeah, it's energy like everything. It is very powerful and very activating. And she also paints for individuals and for specific situations, for businesses. And yeah, if you're interested, you can always get in touch with us. You can get in touch with her. She will paint you a very powerful painting. But coming back to the topic of this video, sharing my creative process, or the steps that I developed over time, that a lot of people throughout time and history already got this, but as you know, you have to experience it for yourself to really embody it and just develop your own techniques. And of course you learn from amazing artists and creators throughout time. And artists communicate with each other throughout time and space anyways, and we all inspire each other throughout all time, past, present, future, it doesn't matter. It's all connected. We are all connected. And we may have similar processes. And I I think that many people start with this first step, and this is the first thing that any art teacher or any creative would suggest you do in the beginning. If you're a person, if you're anything like me, and by that I mean when you have ideas every day and you have downloads like throughout the whole day, and pictures, poems, workshops, books, or anything, and you're like, wow, this is a lot, and I really want to share this with the world. I really would love to birth these babies into existence and share them and bring it to the people, you know. And you're like, my gosh, but I have to start somewhere, because I was like, I have to start somewhere, right? And the first thing I always do when I have an idea is to write it down. And I do it on a piece of paper, because I do write a lot, and I do write with my beautiful MacBook. But it's a different feeling to write things down on paper with a pen. And I don't know, I feel there's something very sacred about doing this. And as I will share with you in another video, it is very powerful. The word is very powerful, and we can write things into existence, but this is another video. So when you have ideas throughout the day, you're like, don't think about it too much. Just bring it down on paper. Bring it out. Let it flow through. Put it on paper. If you're the speaker type, you might as well record it on your phone. But bring it out, and you can type it into your phone. You can do whatever, but if you have the impulse or you get the download, the first step and the most important thing is to write it down, because, or if it's a first sketch or anything, when you write it down, this is the first step of making it 3D. It is the first step of materializing things. Yeah, because it's 2D on paper, and from that point on, it can just sit. You can just sit with it, or sometimes we even forget about things, and then, I don't know, a few months later or even years later, we're like, ooh, there was this idea I had, and now it pops back up into my mind, and I'm like, ooh, I may start to work on it again. And yeah, but the first step is to have it on paper. And it doesn't matter where you have it. Just let the idea flow through you and bring it out. And yeah, if you have a lot of ideas and projects and you're working on a lot of things at the same time, like a lot of creators do in this day and age, because yeah, we want to express ourselves in all sorts of ways. We can get overwhelmed very easily. And the second step I developed for myself, or I do in my creative process, is to be okay with things just being on paper for this point in time, or wherever they are on, or maybe if I recorded a few chords, or just recorded a few notes. Sometimes that is enough for that point in time. Sometimes a whole song comes through. Sometimes you write the first, I don't know, 5 to 30 pages of your book in like 3 hours. Sometimes you write a whole book in a night. It depends on you and your flow and your creative process. But what I realized for myself, and what helps me to not get overwhelmed by things and ideas and everything that wants to flow through me, is to know that everything will be birthed into existence in exactly the form that it's supposed to be in at exactly the right point in time. And we don't have to stress about anything, because I don't know about you, feel free to share with me in the comments. I'm curious to know about your process, but I kind of freaked out at some point in my process, because I was like, I had so many open projects that when I woke up in the morning, I was like, where do I even start? Where do I even start to work on, you know? And I figured throughout time that sometimes it's just small bits and pieces. Like, for example, when you're in a writer's room or you work with writers, the most important thing is just to sit there for some amount of time. For some of us, it's I don't know, maybe just 15 minutes or half an hour. Some of us can sit in front of the computer for an hour, and just sitting in itself is engaging in the process of shaping this book, or whatever it is supposed to be into something, because even if we are not writing, or even if we are just sitting there, we kind of keep things flowing. And even if we have some ideas in that moment, we don't write down. Even if I would suggest to write everything down, everything, you can sort it out later, but go with all directions, go in every way possible. Don't limit yourself. Just put it out there, so it's out, and then it can evolve into whatever it's supposed to evolve into. So for me it's I remind myself that some things take time. Sometimes it takes some years to write a book, and it's not good or bad that it takes this amount of time. It's just part of the process itself. And I also noticed that when some things just take other selves, like the Janine a year ago would have recorded a different version of this video, but the Janine at this point in time records this version of this video because she went through a whole different process, and she lived through different situations and experiences in her life, and now I can share this with you. not talking about myself in the third person anymore. Even if it's fun sometimes. So much about getting overwhelmed with projects and everything, but bring it out, and then let some things sit, let some things rest. And I know it's hard for some of you, because it was hard for me in the beginning, but don't push things. Don't push too hard. Don't stress about things, because it just blocks the process. Like, for me, it was like that when I start wanting to shape things, like pushing them, or I have to finish this tomorrow. It's not gonna work. It never worked for me. I don't know about you. Some of you work with deadlines. I don't know. Sometimes I work with deadlines too, but it's a different process. But when you have the privilege to like flow in your own time, don't push it. Just listen to your impulses and go with the divine and creative flow of things, because your inner being, or your higher self, or God, or whatever you want to call it, knows exactly when it's time to bring through some things that are necessary to fulfill some projects and go full circle in the creative process. And from my own experience, I can say that even if some projects have been there for like 2 years, not fully shaped into what you wanted them to be, there will be a point in time when they have the exact right shape, and you can share them with the world. And listen to the impulses. Don't push things. Just go with the flow. And it takes some time to feel into the flow and be okay with the amount of time that it takes. knowing that, in the material realm, we're experiencing time in a linear way, but in reality, time is a spiral. But this is another video, and in the spiral of time, things already exist in the shape of form they are supposed to exist in. So just to throw in a little golden nugget for you to think about, because I like these thought experiments. I call them thought experiments because they're fun. And so step 2 is to go with the flow, not pushing or not pushing yourself, not pushing the project into anything it is not supposed to be. And at this point, I want to mention something Aurora, the singer, said or shared with the world in her creative process, because as some of you might know, she talks about her albums and her songs. She calls them her children. And I love that. I love that she calls them her children, because I feel the same way. And some of you, or a lot of you out there, might feel the same way about your projects and art and music and everything. And the other thing she shared is that when a song comes to her, when something wants to flow through, and she brings it into metta, she says that she listens to what the song wants to be. That means that she's not shaping it with her logical mind into something that she wants it to be. She lets the baby grow into what it wants to be. Like we do with children, we can only shape them for a certain amount of time. They always have their own mind and their own ideas, and most of the time they know what they want to be from the beginning, and I feel like this is the same way with all the art forms and all the art we create. The babies know what they want to be shaped into, and we're just like the instrument that shapes them, but not imprinting something or not pushing something, just taking it step by step, one brush stroke after the other. This is going to be a longer video than I thought, but still, it's fun to share and it's fun to talk about the process, because I always love to listen to other artists sharing and talking about their processes, because some are similar and some are totally different, and everything is worth a try, right? So the next thing I want to dive into is how we can maximize our capacity to be productive. And of course it has to do with our attention span and the amount of time we are able and capable to focus on something, because we all know there are endless distractions in this world, like from the birds in the trees to very, very cool cat videos on YouTube, or or phones and other people, and there are endless ways to get distracted and be distracted. But it is very, very helpful if we learn to develop some kind of, I call it laser focus. And sorry, it usually comes with when we start to meditate, or like producing art in itself is kind of a meditation, but not every one of us grew up with being able to access that flow state. Maybe when we were children, we were all able to access this flow state, but in the course of our lives and in the development of our being, some of us encountered some situations that may damage a little bit the ability to feel safe and grounded in this reality, to focus and even listen to the creator, to or your higher self, and listen to what wants to come through and flow through you. So what I would suggest you do as an artist, and what I know a lot of big artists did and are doing, is develop some kind of meditation practice to really be still and be able to listen to the voice inside, the endless and infinite creative being that you are. And with time and with practice, and for some of you it might be very easy from the beginning. For me personally, it wasn't. It really took me some years to develop this laser focus, to really be able to tap into this level of consciousness wherever I am. But now it's like I can be out, I can sit in a train, and I can be on the loudest playground, but still I can listen, I can focus on listening to the divine, to my inner being. And that is a very, very cool place to be, because you don't have to sit in silence in a room. You can walk through life and be inspired, and listen to whatever wants to be transmitted or transported to you. And then do the first step and putting it on paper or into your phone or on a voicemail or whatever. But being able to focus for a while is like, I feel at this day and age, it's one of the most powerful exercises and abilities that one can develop. And I do know or believe with everything in me that no matter where we come from, because as I mentioned in the video before, I come from a very chaotic childhood, and it may take some time, but we can focus and develop that laser focus and that state of just being a clear channel for whatever wants to come through. So just to put that in a room for you, to, I don't know, everything is possible, like I said before in the video. And you can be anything and do anything. It just sometimes takes some time, and sometimes it takes some steps to get to a certain point of evolution. But that is also fine, and that's the next thing we're going to talk about. That a lot of great artists already shared, but I feel like sharing this from my perspective. And it's about enjoying the path. And it took me a long time to really, really feel this on a deeper level, because I was so outcome oriented. Like, I was only satisfied when something was finished in itself. And not even, I was satisfied for the shortest amount of time. Then I was like, now I have to create something else. Now that it's done, now I have to create something else. But now I'm at this point where I feel that it's really about the process. It's really about every step. It is about every single word that flows through you. And it doesn't matter if there are 100 words that you are not going to use in your essay or your expose or whatever you're writing or doing. It's simply about going through the process of writing whatever needed to be written at this point in time. And some projects may never evolve into what you wanted them to be, but still remember that everything has their own way of what it wants to be expressed into. I don't know if one could say that, but yeah. Know that every step is an important step to do or to make. And it will all lead you somewhere. Not that it's about the destination you're going, but as I said before, it's about the process you go through while doing all of these steps, while writing all the words or drawing 100 sketches of something and then drawing something entirely different. It's about creating. It's just about creating and having fun with what you are creating. And when you have a big vision, like you see that book or you see that movie, you see that house you were drawing a sketch of, or whatever it is, if you see that, then it will be there. And because it's already there, it just at some other point in time in the spiral of time, and we will get there no matter what. And another interesting fact that I will share with you is that when you created a lot of pieces, like, I don't know, some essays or some songs, or maybe you wrote a few books, and there's a point in time on the spiral of time when you can like zoom out and look at what has been created so far in your life. Now I know why I did this point in time, and now I know why it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to turn out in the first place with my egoic mind. But knowing that everything is gonna be what it needs to be, and sometimes we can puzzle some pieces together later at some point in time, and then we create a new picture with that puzzle pieces. Or like I say, we can look at the hologram from a different perspective, from a different angle. And at another point in time, we can zoom out even further and look at the bigger picture, and look at the bigger hologram. And we are like, now we understand even more. And this process goes on to infinity, like even beyond the physical body. But I hope you know where I'm going with this. So yeah, it's fun to talk about the creative process, and I do hope that you enjoyed this video, and I would love to know what your thoughts are about your creative process and your experiences about your creative process. And if you feel like sharing with me, I would love to read it in the comments. And until then, my beautiful fellow humans, I am excited to see what you are going to create and what you are shaping into or birthing into reality in this life. And yeah, I believe in you. Know that everything is possible. And the last thing I'm going to put into this video, because I almost forgot, but it's kind of the most important thing ever, is the point of creation we create from. And I call it a state of being. And it's creating, it's as simple as that, creating from the heart. Because when you create from the heart, every step of the way, and you choose to create from your heart in every situation and walk the path of the heart, it has that special taste, has that special note of what you are, what your essence is. And no matter what it's going to be, it's going to be perfect because it came from your soul, from your heart. So with that, I will end this video, and it's always a pleasure to talk to you. I love you all, and I believe in you. And see you next time. Bye bye, beautiful beings.